Hi, everybody. It's Mary Pat Knight with Leaders Inspired. It's Transformation Tuesday. How many of you have broken a promise with yourself? The promise that you kept perhaps at the beginning of the year for a New Year's resolution, or a goal that you might have had, or an action that you may have wanted to take? Well, I already know that I've broken one or two of the ideas that I had. Some of them I put down on paper as ironclad, I'm going to do this. And some of them I just thought in my head, but a couple of them I just outright broke. Does that absolve me of all responsibility of returning to the goal? No, it doesn't. Actually, it builds the resolve to make sure that the goal is more solid and that it's acted upon over and over and over again until there's some logical, good conclusion. Well, I was thinking about this recently, talking with somebody who was having conversations with somebody on her staff and having some difficulty with those conversations. And after one or two, really wanted to give up. The third one really wanted to give up. And by number four, really was in the mood that maybe this person should be terminated and not on her team anymore. So I stopped and I said, okay, so you've had one conversation and you've had a second conversation. Was that conversation any different? And it wasn't. The third conversation, nope, I was still trying to get my point across, trying to get my point home. The fourth conversation, not different at all. Same thing, same feedback, same style, tinged with a lot more frustration. So I said, have you thought about having a different kind of conversation? And think about this in terms of the goals that we set for ourselves. Are we doing it the same way, plowing through, thinking that we can get it done a certain way, and then just frustrating ourselves and throwing our hands up in the air and giving up? Well, if that's happening to you with a goal, it's likely happening to you with how you're having conversations with the people who are in your life. So you have a troubled employee like this person who I was talking with does, and the conversation just keeps repeating like Groundhog's Day, over and over again, the same thing. What if on the fifth time, all pretenses are dropped, all feedback tools are gone, and an eyeball to eyeball conversation that simply asks, what's going on? The success measures that we've asked of you, or the expectations that have been set down, they're just not happening. So why don't you tell me what's going on? And then you start to have a real person-to-person conversation. You have varied it up. That means you have to have another one after that. So maybe you only see a little bit of improvement. Then the conversation is, what worked? See, we saw some movement. What worked? What are you willing to add to that? It's a different kind of conversation instead of the same old way that we've been doing stuff, much like our goals, instead of the same old way that we've been trying to get our goals done. So this Transformation Tuesday tip of the day is, look, vary it up. If you've let yourself down with a goal that you haven't quite achieved or that you've outright just, blown in the water, try something different. Try it a different way. Come at it from a different angle. If you're having a conversation with someone on your team and it's not turning out the way you want it to be, turn the mirror around to yourself and say, what am I doing that's the same old, that if I just shifted it up a little bit, got a little bit more personal, maybe got a little bit more direct, maybe asked a question or two instead of telling them what I see, would you see some different results? So try something different, not the same old path, and see if that shakeup makes things happen for you. Again, it's Mary Pat Knight with Leaders Inspired, and I'm really happy that I'm here with you on Transformation Tuesday, and I'll see you next week.